Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. It is currently a new week and today we do have a Renault Sandero in. It is one of our clients' vehicles. The car was actually brought in as a non-runner and the main issue with this car is currently the starter. We don't know as yet what other issues the car does have, but the starter does make a noise and it does not actually start the vehicle. So our first step in this video is obviously to remove the starter and then have it replaced and then see if the vehicle will start. If it does start, and then we can see what other issues does the car have. Alright guys, just a little bit of a tip for you guys. If the bonnet shock is ever damaged, what you can do is basically take some sort of a vice grip in which we call it, apply it just to hold the bonnet up. So first things first that we're going to remove is obviously the battery. And I'm sure you guys do as well know that whenever you're working on a vehicle, first things first, just to make sure and for safety is to have the battery removed. And that way you don't shock, you don't get burned or anything of that sort. Alright guys, so as you guys I'm sure would have heard that the starter is making a huge noise, and currently right now if I do turn the key on, nothing happens. It doesn't want to start, it doesn't want to kick, nothing basically happens. So obviously the starter is completely fried, and the only step to get this car is sorted out is obviously to go ahead and start removing the starter. What we're going to do now is obviously remove the battery. I'm going to remove the air filter. I'm going to remove the battery tray on the underneath, and then we should have access to the starter if it does sit under the battery. If not, we will then see where else we can check where the starter is. I did have a look around the car, but unfortunately I did not check the starter anywhere visible, so I'm confident that the starter will be sitting under the battery and under the battery cover. So after checking, I've discovered that the starter does not sit under the battery cover. The starter does actually sit over here. You can follow me. It sits in this little tight corner. just here under the intake manifold. So in order for this to, I want to see from underneath if you will be able to take out the starter, get access to the starter from underneath, or if I actually need to strip the entire intake manifold. But this is part of the job, guys. Let's go. Unfortunately, it looks like I'll need to remove this entire intake manifold. I did only manage to get access to take out one bolt from underneath, but I believe that there is still 2 more bolts that is left, and the only way possible, or the faster way possible, is to remove the entire intake manifold and then I can get access to the starter. Had to cut off this water pipe as we couldn't get to the clamp. As you can see, the clamp is basically facing downwards and there was no other way to get to the clamp. So that's why it's a struggle that we've been struggling with for the past 30 minutes. The only way was to cut the pipe off so that we could put the water clamps, the water plier clamps underneath over here, and then obviously clamp down this pipe, this clamp. To take off this clamp, once this clamp is removed, we can then obviously lift up the starter. As you can see, the starter is right here. So that's a struggle that we're currently facing right now, but now we're good.
What a mission and a half. Yes, serious. Yes, serious.
After 2 hours, guys, after 2 hours, 2 hours just to remove a starter. That's ridiculous.
One man.
1 man, 2 men. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, the starter has no power, it's completely dead, it's toast. So the customer would need to actually get a whole new starter or take the starter, the complete starter, for everything on the starter to be repaired, as there's no power, nothing is happening to the starter. So alright guys, so we finally managed to get out the starter after about approximately 2 hours. And this is the problem with working with French cars, Renaults, Peugeots, Citroens, is that it's so difficult just to get to the starter. You have to remove a whole bunch of things. But nonetheless, now that the starter is out, the customer will take it in and he will have this current starter repaired, and then he'll bring it back to us and have fast and very quickly. Alright guys, I've managed to reinstall the starter, which is one bolt at the top and one bolt underneath the car. We've also managed to get the replacement water pipe, in which I will start installing now. After installing this pipe, I'm then going to assemble everything on the engine. Everything that I took out needs to be plugged back in, and then we can go ahead and test if the car will start. Okay, go ahead and start. Check it's not in gear, right? Again. Okay, one more time. Alright, sharp. Okay guys, unfortunately we've replaced the starter. I've taken out the starter off camera. I've then put it back as well, and it's still nothing. So the only option right now is that on the flywheel, because as you can hear the starter is spinning, but it's not catching onto the flywheel. So on the next episode and on the next video of this car, we're going to need to obviously remove the gearbox and inspect the flywheel, and if it needs changing, we'll then need to have it changed.